What would it feel like if a maid falls in love with her employer's son, especially when the maid is 40 years old? The story begins when the employer's son comes home for vacation. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel. The movie opens with Jack, who has just arrived at his father's house. It's his school vacation, and he has come here to spend his holidays. As soon as he reaches home, he meets his father, David. But Jack is always upset with his dad. Jack feels that his father doesn't love him. David tries to talk to Jack, but Jack doesn't say much and goes inside the house. The next morning, Jack is sitting on the balcony. While sitting, he looks toward the garden and sees a woman hanging clothes to dry. Jack keeps staring at her in amazement. He can't figure out who she is. Jack's mother had passed away, and his father has not remarried yet. Jack comes downstairs and looks at her again. He has never seen a woman so beautiful before. At first sight, Jack feels something is happening inside him. Just then, David comes, and Jack doesn't even notice him at first. David looks at Jack and says, "This woman is the maid of the house. Her name is Maria. Her husband has passed away, so I hired her to work here." David continues, "She may look young, but she is about your mother's age." Then David calls Maria and introduces her to Jack. They get to know each other well. David has to leave for work, so he tells them goodbye. Now Jack and Maria are alone. Maria thinks Jack must be hungry, so she brings him a glass of juice. Jack and Maria start talking. Maria asks how long Jack will stay, and Jack says only for a few days. Maria asks about Jack's mother, and Jack gets angry and walks away toward the house. Maria follows him and apologizes, but Jack doesn't want to answer. He does not want anyone to talk about his mother. Then Jack picks up his camera and goes outside to take photos. Photography is his hobby. He takes pictures of the garden and other places. When Jack returns home, his father has already gone to work and Maria is alone in the house. Jack meets Maria again and they talk more. Jack tells Maria about his personal life, how his mother died when he was little, and how his father remarried, but Jack never liked his stepmother. Because of this, Jack hates his father too. Hearing this, Maria feels sympathy for him. The next day, Jack is busy taking photos. While taking pictures, the girl comes by and starts talking to Jack. Jack tells her he is here on vacation. When the girl finds out about Jack, she starts teasing him. Jack is still unsure who this girl is. Jack likes talking to girls. While they talk, Maria rides by on her bicycle and sees Jack talking to the girl. Maria notices this and Jack gets scared that Maria might tell his father about the stranger girl he was talking to. Jack quickly goes back home. When Jack comes inside, he sees Maria and can't resist clicking photos of her with his camera, but Maria doesn't suspect anything. Later, Maria comes to the kitchen and starts talking to Jack. Maria asks about the girl, but Jack doesn't know much and avoids the question. Maria asks why Jack came home so early and says he should have spent more time with that girl. Maria feels hurt because Jack was talking to another girl. Jack realizes that Maria is upset, so he goes outside and sits alone thinking about his mom. Maria follows him and apologizes again, feeling sorry for hurting Jack's feelings. Jack stays quiet. He looks very sad. Maria asks why he is sad, and Jack says he misses his mother. From their conversation, it seemed like both of them were becoming eager to learn more about each other. While talking, Jack said that ever since he arrived here, his eyes had been on Maria, and seeing her made him happy because he had never seen such a beautiful woman before. Hearing the compliment, Maria also began to feel that Jack was a really good guy, and she started talking to him a lot. Jack showed Maria a photo of his mother and told her that Maria looked like his mom. Maria then began to share her own secret with Jack. She told him that when she was very young, she became pregnant, and her boyfriend left her in that condition. But despite her young age, she gave birth to her son. However, Maria was still saddened by the fact that her son was not with her. Slowly, both of them started sharing all their pains and sorrows with each other. Trying to make Jack laugh, Maria went inside the house and Jack followed her. They sat at the table and started eating. Jack looked happy now. After finishing the meal, Jack went to sit in the garden to relax. Maria brought him a glass of juice and asked what he was thinking about. Jack quietly said that he was thinking about Maria. Hearing his answer, Maria was left speechless. That day was Jack's birthday, but he sat sadly in his room. Maria came into his room and asked what was wrong. Jack said he was thinking about his mother. When Maria wished him a happy birthday, Jack suddenly became angry because nothing felt good to him except his mom. Maria sat beside him and became sad too. She tried to console Jack, saying, "I want to celebrate your birthday," but Jack avoided the subject and started asking her about her husband. Maria told him that her husband was no longer in this world and that she didn't want to talk about her past life. Suddenly, Maria became very sad. Memories of her child and late husband overwhelmed her, and she started to cry. She shared all the sorrows she had faced. Jack felt sorry for bringing up those topics and came closer to comfort Maria. Just then, Jack's father arrived. When David met Maria, they slowly started talking, mostly about Jack. David wanted to have a good relationship with Jack, but because of work, he was unable to spend much time with him. When David told Jack that he couldn't give him time, Jack got angry with his dad. Poor David still couldn't quite understand his son. The next day, David left left for the city for work, leaving Jack and Maria completely alone in the house. The two of them spent time together again. Maria tried to explain to Jack that his father loved him very much and that he should talk to his dad properly. "He's your father. You shouldn't be angry with him like this," she said. Jack listened carefully to Maria's words. At night, when Jack went to sleep, he looked at Maria's photo on his camera. He found her very beautiful and wondered how he would ever get a chance to meet her. The next day, Maria's ex-boyfriend came to meet her and they started talking. Meanwhile, Jack hid by the door, secretly listening to their conversation. Maria's ex-boyfriend told her that he had come to take her away and that if she wanted, she could start a new life with him. But Maria didn't want to go back with him anymore, so she refused to leave with her ex. Feeling heartbroken, he left and Maria felt sad seeing him go. But there was nothing she could do. She didn't want to return to that life. Jack also felt heartbroken after hearing all of this. The next day was Jack's birthday. Early in the morning, he went to the kitchen just to see Maria. Maria wished him a happy birthday. Jack saw this as an opportunity. He told Maria that, as a birthday gift, she had to grant him one wish. He said, "I want to hug you. Please don't say no." Maria felt very awkward hearing this and refused to hug him. Jack was a bit hurt, but he gathered courage and stepped closer to her. Maria didn't like that and slapped Jack. Poor Jack could only stand there stunned. Just then, there was a knock at the door. When Maria went to open it, she saw the same girl who had been talking to Jack a few days ago. Maria didn't feel good about her. The girl had come to meet Jack. Jack also came to the door, greeted her, and then walked away with the girl, leaving Maria behind. But Jack couldn't focus. He kept thinking about Maria. He knew that Maria didn't like him talking to the girl. He spent only a short while with her before making up an excuse and coming back home to see Maria again. When Jack opened the door and entered the house, he heard Maria crying inside. He rushed to her, trying to calm her down, and asked why she was crying. Jack had no idea how to comfort her. When Maria saw Jack, she hugged him and cried. This was the moment Jack had been waiting for. He wanted to take advantage of the situation. He stayed close to her, touched her gently, trying to comfort her, and deep down, hoping to fulfill his hidden desires. He thought this was finally the moment his wish would come true, and that he would share something intimate with Maria. As he moved closer, trying to get romantic, Maria once again rejected him and walked away. Jack was left shocked. Still, he believed that Maria had fallen in love with him. He followed her, and the two sat on the couch. Maria saw Jack getting close and tried to explain. She said, "I'm much older than you. I feel ashamed. How can I love a young boy at my age?" But Jack was completely obsessed now and wasn't ready to back down. Without saying anything, he reached for her hand. Maria realized Jack wasn't going to give up, so she gave in and allowed herself to fall into his arms. Jack embraced Maria with deep affection. The silence between them broke. Maria then gently reminded Jack to start treating his father better because she didn't like the way Jack behaved with him. That night was beautiful for both of them. The next morning, Maria was in the kitchen doing her chores. When Jack woke up, he went straight to her and wrapped his arms around her from behind, as if he still wasn't done savoring the love from the night before. As he got closer, Maria was enjoying the moment. They were having a romantic conversation when suddenly the doorbell rang. Jack quickly stepped away from Maria and moved to the other side of the kitchen. His father had arrived and wished him a happy birthday. He even brought a gift and said, "You're my only son, and I want us to go out for dinner together tonight to celebrate." But Jack was still upset with his father, so he stormed off angrily. Maria didn't like the way Jack behaved. She went after him and told him firmly that if he kept treating his father like this, she would not accept his love. Jack realized that if he didn't respect Maria's wishes, he wouldn't be able to love her the way he wanted. At Maria's urging, Jack went to his father and apologized for his behavior. His father forgave him immediately and had him sit beside him. He even made Jack a drink. The two father and son finally spent some good time together. David, while explaining things to Jack, said that he loved his son very much. But Jack replied, "You married someone else because you didn't love my mom." David gently explained, "I remarried only because I wanted to bring you a new mother who could take care of you properly." He continued, "I've always loved you, and I will keep loving you for the rest of my life." While talking, David fell asleep right there. The next morning, Jack and Maria went to a park together. They spent a lovely time there, and both felt like getting romantic, but the place didn't feel safe or private. So Maria took Jack back to her house. As soon as they arrived home, Jack and Maria got close to each other. Maria revealed that her son had died in a road accident. She became emotional. Jack held her tightly in his arms and comforted her with love. After making love, Jack returned to his home and met his father, where for the first time, he had a genuinely heartfelt conversation with him. Seeing Jack like this, David felt very happy. The next day, Jack's vacation was coming to an end, and it was time for him to leave. Jack packed his belongings and before leaving, went to see Maria. He kissed her goodbye. After that, he also went to meet his father. They hugged one last time, and it felt like Jack had finally forgiven his dad. Their relationship had healed. After all this, Jack left. Maria was heartbroken by his departure. She went to her mother's house, where she met her mom and revealed the truth that she was going to be the mother of Jack's child. Maria hugged her mother and cried. She was later seen raising Jack's child with happiness and pride, and with that, the story comes to an end.